It's a clear weekday morning. The power has been out for 4 days. Time doesn't feel real anymore. You're standing in your driveway when a man in a high-visibility vest approaches. He's calm, polite, friendly. No weapons, no shouting, just a clipboard with a government seal. He asks a simple question. Do you have any extra fuel stored? The hospital generator is failing. You hesitate, not because you're scared, but because you feel responsible, like a good citizen. And just like that, you didn't get robbed, you got processed. This isn't a dystopian fantasy. This is how emergency powers actually work. And today, we're breaking down what gets taken first during a declared crisis, and why history shows it's almost never the looters who empty your supplies. Most people imagine government seizure as doors kicked in and soldiers yelling orders. That's not how it happens. Historically, it happens through executive orders, emergency mandates, and polite compliance, backed by law. During national emergencies, governments don't ask if resources exist, they ask where they are. Not because they're evil, but because centralized systems break first, and they grab whatever can keep them running. And the first thing they always reach for? Energy. Fuel is the bloodstream of modern society. Hospitals, emergency vehicles, water pumps, none of it works without energy. That's why, under laws like the Defense Production Act, fuel becomes classified as a strategic resource the moment distribution collapses. Historically, this isn't speculation. Fuel rationing, requisition, and redirection occurred during World War II, the oil crises of the 1970s, and multiple regional disasters since. If fuel is visible, registered, or centralized, it becomes part of the emergency ledger, not personal property. Resilience isn't about volume, it's about discretion. Next comes the shiny distraction, precious metals. History doesn't hate gold. Governments do. In 1933, Executive Order 6102 made private gold ownership illegal in the United States, not with raids, but by making it unusable. No transactions, no legitimacy, no protection. Modern crises wouldn't require confiscation either, just financial isolation. The lesson from history is simple. Wealth that only works outside the system becomes risky when the system tightens. Preparedness isn't about fantasy barter economies, it's about adaptability. Shortages don't start with hunger, they start with comparison. When neighbors are thin, stressed, and counting cans, anyone who looks comfortable stands out. Historically, governments implement anti-hoarding measures early in crises, not because people are evil, but because scarcity creates instability. During wartime rationing and modern emergencies alike, excess becomes framed as unfair, even dangerous. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Social pressure enforces compliance long before law enforcement does. Preparedness isn't about abundance, it's about normalcy. In every major crisis, information becomes the most controlled resource. Radio frequencies, cellular networks, internet access all fall under emergency authority, not to silence people, but to coordinate narratives, reduce panic, and maintain order. History shows that independent communication draws attention, not because it's wrong, but because it's powerful. Technology is only useful if it doesn't announce itself. Here's the part most people never consider: skills. In emergencies, labor becomes a resource. Medical professionals, mechanics, engineers, even able bodies have been historically redirected during crises. Governments don't seize people violently, they reassign them legally. Preparedness isn't about hiding forever, it's about understanding where your value is visible and where it's quietly protected. The government isn't the villain in its own story. It's a system trying to stabilize collapse by grabbing whatever still works. The problem is, sometimes you are what still works. History teaches us one thing clearly. It's not what you own that determines survival. It's who knows you own it. Preparedness isn't paranoia, it's literacy. And in every crisis, the people who last the longest aren't the loudest. They're the ones who understand the rules before they're enforced.